Hello, my name is Richard Mail, and I was involved about 3 years ago in working with the organization CHOW in developing and designing their strategic plan and strengthening the staff and the board. And I just wanted to have an opportunity to share some of my experiences with with you. My I loved working with Chow because I thought they were a great organization that was fulfilling a critical need in Hawaii with a very important population and constituency that needed their services. And through the work that we did, as well as Chow, I saw a lot of growth and development on the part of the board and the staff, and with its executive director, Heather. When we first started to work with Chow, the board was very small. It was primarily a maintenance board and not really connected with either the staff or the community. But they had a superb chair of the board in Lorraine, who had many years of experience, but the board viewed themselves as primarily a rubber stamp. Heather, at the time, she was still an interim executive director who was new, not experienced as as a CEO, but thoroughly understood all of the programs, the issues, and had excellent relationships with the staff. There were also some very committed board members, but they were not clear at all in terms of what their roles were, and they basically came to board meetings, listened to reports, and approved the decisions in front of them rather than being a board which looked at the strategy, looked at its different roles and accountability. Through the process of Richard Mail and Associates and working with Chow on their strategic plan, we did a number of things. We conducted some board training sessions. We helped the organization analyze and evaluate through a board grid and other things in terms of the different mix and diversity and skills that were needed, as well as networks that needed to be accessed. We also helped the organization in the process of designing and developing a board recruitment strategy and an orientation strategy to recruit and bring new board members, in particular young people, to the table. We also spent a considerable amount of time with Heather on helping her understand the process of how do you build and how do you shape and how do you develop and grow a board. And through that process, we culminated our work in developing and designing a 3 year strategic plan that integrated and brought together the staff and its various activities and programs, aligned the board with the strategic directions of the organizations, and looked at various issues around strengthening the programs, strengthening the infrastructure, and weaving all of the pieces together. It was a real privilege to have the opportunity to see how Heather has taken the organization to a totally new level, and how Lorraine, who was the board president, developed some of the skills that were necessary with some of the new board members and transferred them effectively so that the organization is in a lot stronger position now than they were in the past.